at this point, that was the difficult point in the whole process.
The controlling was one of the most difficult things. How
for me, because and there were architects and stuff who found that other problems are bigger than that. But well, I represented the waste treatment companies, and if someone tells me that well, it will be someone promises, well, we don't function with promises. We have to prove. If we handle waste, we have to prove what we do with that. So we have for every ton of waste, we have to bring certificates. We have to put notifications on place, because when we export in other countries, and we export a lot because Luxembourg is so small, so there's not really many facilities, so we depend on the export of our waste, and which is very difficult. But we are used to that because we live in Luxembourg, we work in Luxembourg, so we don't know it otherwise. But if someone comes and says, well, I'm more expensive, but I reuse some elements and don't have as for the reasons I told you before, you don't really have a market in Luxembourg to reuse what you deconstruct, then you have to export it. You have to export it also. But this kind of exportation is exportation of products. So you don't have a certificate. You don't have a notification. You don't have a certificate of recycling or another treatment. But you also have the promise of the guy who exported that and who told you that he remounted the doors in Poland. And this was the main issue that we had, and we said, how would you control that? Is there a store, a certified store for secondhand, or did you provide a certificate for secondhand stores or whatever? So, but this in this direction, nothing had been prepared. So we, well, if you just give a promise afterwards to sign a paper and say, yes, I reused it, and or you let sign the promise by one of your friends who says we reused those elements. This is not enough. This is not the same level playing field which with the other professionals on this in this profession. So that was our main point to say, well, the main issue in that is how do you control the reuse of those elements. If you do that by yourself, if someone goes sells his doors in eBay, I've no problem with that. So but if you take that on a public level, where and the public markets are always markets with the really high-priced markets, then the market also the temptation to fraud is much higher than to make a fraud on eBay with the one window you took out of a house. So this at this point, for my in my opinion, the whole project was not enough prepared. It was not thought until the end of pipe, there's still work to do, because we know that in Belgium there is kind of a certification. There are existing stores of certified stores for second-hand construction materials, but this is also an issue of place, just really space to store the material, and then to find the one who has where the hole in the wall is big enough to put the old window inside and stuff like that. So you can't. It's very difficult to match the material with the customer, because the customer in this case the customer can't order a customized product, but he has to use what's there. So it's some kind of a flea market, and
flea market. Yeah, maybe we need an online platform for this, no? This
right,
European wide, where you can exchange. Well, maybe somebody else needs the doors, but maybe small refurbishment or something like this.
Right. This was I would find that this would be a great idea to have like a construction construction material eBay or something like that. Maybe under the control on the government control or so
some quality control, that it's really made sure that they're resold to things and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So it's but as long as it's if it's from private to private, I don't care. But if it's part of a public market, if there have to be a regulation for that. I cannot be it can't be that I'm forced to prove every kilo that I treat, and other people that are active on the same market, and they probably take material which could be dedicated to my business also. They have less control or less they are asked less transparency than I am. This is not acceptable. So, but we evoked the issue, but finally the project was concluded without our how do you call that? Well, we said we don't get along with that, so the project was concluded without us. But
okay, well, yeah, but interesting. It's a first step, no?